Yay! How is everyone doing? Oh, I didn't light the Gina Carano candle. Whatever. It'll be fine. Joining us today. Oh, first of all, please come see me. Next weekend is Mother's Day weekend, but then the weekend after that, Saturday night, May 17th, I am headlining in Mount Kisco, a little venue called Jazz on Main, with my friend Keanu Thompson. So to get tickets, go to jazzonmain.com, or you can go to my website, chrissiemayr.com. Come out, support. It'll be so much fun. If you live in Westchester, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, wherever, come see your girl in a couple weeks, May 17th in Mount Kisco. Please and thank you. And I've got a bunch. Oh, I'm very loud. We'll figure it out. The mics are hot. No, it's just me. And I got a bunch of other shows coming up. San Diego, Texas, Phoenix, Ohio, Long Island. For tickets, go to chrissiemayr.com. Please and thank you. Guys, tonight in studio, we have a very special guest, a very dear bestie friend of mine, social media personality, YouTuber. She's a triple threat. She's a hottie. Welcome to the show, Whatever Amy.
Hi.
You're here.
I'm here. I'm so excited. The studio looks great.
Well, thank you so much. Oh my goodness. We go way, way back, and I always enjoy the story of how we met. Because one day, I think Frank was just on Twitter, and there was a list. And if I sound a little bit drunk, it's because I've had 3/4 of a Smirnoff Ice, and it's hitting me already. But this is the only time I get to drink because I know I have 2 hours before the baby has to feed off me. Anyway, I made that sound gross. So. Frank was looking up on Twitter, and there was an article about like best boobs. Like there was like a best boobs list or something, and you were on it, and I was on it, which is amazing. But then she was like, Frank was like, you need to hit up this girl, Whatever Amy. You need to like have her on or like be friends with her.
It was during COVID.
It was during COVID, and like. Here we are.
I know. We did that virtual Never Have I Ever podcast with like a bunch of guests. That was my very first podcast ever.
Wow.
And thanks to you, like everything kind of snowballed after that.
Oh my gosh. No, it's you're super talented. You can do anything. Like
Thank you.
You can do like legit podcasts. You can you're funny. You're basically like a comedian. You're a model. Like you do all the things. And then you've been on Compound so many times through the years.
I know. I miss it. I loved coming to the studio and seeing everybody and all the different shows that I was on over there. Everyone's been so great to me.
Yeah. And I remember like Gavin fired everybody, and I had 3 days notice for my last show.
You called me in a panic.
I called you in a panic. I was like, I have to do last show. I already guessed. Like, usually it takes weeks to book people, and people fly in.
Well, I have no life, so you knew I was ready.
And I knew you had no life, and you were a dear friend, and I'd be able to guilt you into coming on. So here we go.
Yes, and my love affair of Frankie McDonald.
Oh my gosh, Frankie McDonald. We love him so much. His birthday was just recently. I think it was April 25th or something.
Yeah, I think the 24th. I think I sent him a message.
Frankie, if you're watching,
we love you.
We love you. We miss you. And the Popeyes is coming along. There's Popeyes in his neighborhood being built at like a glacial pace. But they finally
Frankie's got us all on a group chat. And it's all the Compound Media people. And he gives us periodic updates of, all of his videos. But also the Popeyes chicken that is like being built from the ground up in his town, and he is very excited about it.
Yeah.
And I've never been so enthralled with the opening of a restaurant before. Like, I can't wait for this to open so he could have a chicken sandwich.
Yeah. I always ask him what he's going to order. Like, this Popeyes has been taking forever to come through.
Well, it's Canada. They maybe have different
they're slow. They're too nice.
Permits.
Yeah. It's like America, but so much worse. Jake, we love Canada, sort of. Amy, we're not going to make this like the focus of the episode, but you do OnlyFans. Do you want to give the people a little bit of like how you got into it, like a very brief, in case people have not heard of you yet?
So, I was very lucky. My story is a little different than most people because I already had 100,000 followers on Twitter who were curious about me at the time. And, I saw all these girls that I followed that were brilliant and funny and beautiful, and they were doing OnlyFans. And I was like, I've always been a sexual person. I've always, I was just curious about it myself. So I thought I'd give it a try, and like, what could be the worst thing that happened? I just completely embarrassed myself and crash and burn, like, oh well. But I didn't realize that it would just take off. This was during COVID, so people were probably really bored. But it just exploded into something so much bigger than I had ever even dreamed. And it's been a wild ride. It's been super fun. I have a great time with it. I love my subscribers. And now I have an additional 100,000 followers on Twitter. So it's,
wow.
And my YouTube, it's just all kind of funneled together. And I just have a great time.
How did you, in the beginning, how did you figure out like what to do? Did you talk to other girls about what they were doing?
I really didn't know anybody at the time. I just kind of stockpiled a lot of content that I thought, I don't know, this might look okay. Like it was, and if you kind of scroll all the way back to the beginning, you see the evolution of like demure, shy to like, here you go. So it's certainly been very interesting, but I love it and I have a great time.
That's awesome. I don't know that. Did I ever? No, because I met Frank before OnlyFans was even a thing. I was going to say if I had ever considered it for a moment, no. And certainly now in my current form, unless that's a fetish, is like postpartum overweight bodies, if people are into that.
You look amazing.
Thank you for saying that. I will be wearing black until conditions improve, but I did go to the gym today for the first time in a very, very long time, which is you have to just get that first time over and done with, because now it's like
losing your virginity. Just get it
right
done.
Now you can't say, okay, it's been 6 months since I've been at the gym. You have to go, all right, now, I just was yesterday, I was just there.
Yeah. One day at a time. It's the hardest thing. And, I've always struggled with my weight and working out, and I've always been very sporadic with working out, and it's so hard, it's of all the things to be addicted to. Why can't that be one of them for me?
I remember when I was in good shape, it's never fun. You just keep going till it's easier.
I remember I had runner's high one time. And it was the last practice before I graduated college. I played field hockey in college, and it was our last practice before our last game. We were doing laps, and I'm like, oh my God, I feel amazing. I can do this. I could be a runner.
I'm athletic.
And I had suffered for 8 years running, and I thought it once, and then I never ran ever again. So
wow,
that went to...
I was on cross country in high school, and I left cross country to do cheerleading, and I've never been shamed so much in my life than I was by the cross country coach at the time. He was just aghast. He was offended because he just like, wow, to have somebody leave an esteemed sport like cross country to do cheerleading. He was like, you're never welcome on this team. I'm like, I'm never going to come. Running sucks, dude.
It's terrible.
Of course I'm never going to come back. You think I'm going to run like forever and I've never, or just do cartwheels in a skirt? Gee, this is a real tough one.
And you're like running with no destination.
No.
You're just running.
I wasn't good. I wasn't like even in the upper half of good. I was in like the back fourth, really.
I always had to play defense because I was slow. Yeah. They're like, the thick, slow girl can block the goal.
It's not fun. It's not fun running while fat. That's why it's like while you're fat, you got to do something else to get less fat and then be a runner.
Yeah.
Because nobody likes seeing a fat person run.
Well, I was a lifeguard for so many years. And when I eventually moved to the beach, then, those workouts and stuff, I thinned down a little. I mean, I was always very athletic, but I was always thick.
Some people said Run in the darkness. Would you do slow motion running?
Yes. But but I always kind of went up and down and fluctuated, and and I tried everything to be skinny. Everything.
Too. Me and my mom did every diet. Not every diet together. We did Master Cleanse together, Atkins,
Weight Watchers,
the one where you eat ricotta cheese with cocoa butter. Not cocoa butter,
grapefruit
cocoa
diet and black coffee diet.
She did the balls diet where she taped balls.
Yep, I remember that. And then of course I did all the drugs to try and all the stackers and
hydroxycut.
Yep,
that we took in high school.
Stackers when it had the good stuff in it. All the energy drinks.
Oh yeah,
because
Orbits. I don't even think that was for weight loss. That just had floating bits of gelatin. I'm like, this will help.
Yeah, and I mean, so it just because Pamela Anderson with that tiny body and those huge boobs, I was like, oh, I want to be that.
I was like, I'm not going to be able to save lives unless I look like Yasmin Bleak.
Yeah, and I didn't have boobs at the time, so I just had a huge ass.
Did you get boobs then?
Flat. I didn't get boobs till I was 28.
28?
I got my first set of boobs.
What took so long?
I don't know. I think maybe money and kind of.
Oh, I thought you meant like you were a late bloomer. Like,
oh my God.
I was like, wait a second, that is some late ass.
I'm on my second set already.
Okay, right. Of course you mean implants. I just thought like I didn't get my, you know what I mean? Like, because I remember being 14 and I was kind of flat, but then like I went to college and then I it was like a C cup.
Wouldn't that mean that she didn't have her period till 27 years old?
Well, I thought something went horribly wrong. That's why I was like 28. Like you didn't get boobs till 28.
All the fat went to my ass instead of evenly distributing to my boobs and my butt.
That makes sense. I was like a tomboy, always in a sport, always running around. So
I got them hoping they would even out my butt, but it didn't work.
It didn't. But that's okay. You look amazing.
Thank you.
Whatever you're doing,
keep
doing it. And so today was my first time back in the gym. You're really just taking stock of how out of shape you are. You're like, oh wow, this is not flexible anymore. Like this hurts. And
I blew out my hair today and my arms were sore. I'm like, this is not good. Like I have to do something about this. Like I have reached the point of no return.
Yeah, and like the baby, I just think of him as like a squishy kettlebell with arms and legs because he's 25
And now
pounds.
he's so squirmy. Like, remember those little toys where they would like pop around? You had to try and catch them. That's what he's like.
He's so squirmy. He's constantly trying to wiggle out of like a hold, and he's trying to kind of like wiggle out of his clothes. Sometimes I'll turn around and I'll be like, "How'd you get your pants off?" Like I'll just be like smiling, like you took your pants off.
Like congrats.
And what he does, if it's a slightly looser pair of pants, I caught him doing it one day. He's just like slowly moving his feet up and down, like pushing
like a cricket
until he like pushes the pants down. He'll like basically step on his, he'll like push them down.
Walk that way, maybe.
Yeah.
So kind of a similar story. Last summer, I was, not to get too TMI, I'm wearing a sundress. I don't usually wear underwear because I don't like panty lines. But when your thighs rub together, you get a little sweaty.
And wear underwear? Doesn't it get sweaty down there?
Well, yeah, but I mean, then it's less friction.
That's true.
However, I had a tampon in at the time and I went to the liquor store, and as I'm walking, the string was getting pulled down by my thighs every time I walked, and I'm now in the store and I'm like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Is it going to fall out? Like, am I going to kick it under the shelf? Like, what? At every step I took, it was like, me, all the way, and I'm like,
shimmy. You felt the shimmy?
I was like, I'm trying to clench and pick up my wine so I can get the hell out of there.
You couldn't just duck into the brandy aisle and pick up on it
and like get my leg up.
Yeah, like I need to go over by the wine cooler.
I really thought
that's not popular.
I really thought that I was in trouble.
Oh no!
Like we were almost.
I thought for sure when you said tampon and alcohol store, it was going to go a different direction. Like you were going to soak it in vodka or something, which I've never tried.
I've never tried that, but I've heard about it.
It's wild. Anybody ever do anything like that? No, that just seems so out of control, like taking a drug or something. Like you just have no clue. Like with this, okay, I know how a Smirnoff Ice, I know how that's going to go. But I also have not been drunk since I found out I was pregnant. I mean, I would get drunk before I knew I was pregnant, but I haven't been drunk since I gave birth. I don't know. It's just like, it's so different now.
Excuse me.
Okay, so there's a lot of preconceived notions about women who do OnlyFans, and you know, a lot of it's coming from like sort of the red pill community or like the whatever podcast, those type of shows, and it seems very kind of trendy right now.
They invited me to be on that podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
They
Invite both of you.
They invited you too.
They recently reached out to me about coming back on, but I just don't know if I want to. I don't know if it's like, so they reached out to you?
Yeah. And I was like, oh, you're in California. Like, let me.
Not only is it California, but it's Santa Barbara. It's like 2 hours from an airport. So and these shows, it's between like 7 and 9 hours.
Yeah.
Of it's like torture like conditions. I think they do like torture type tactics to get viral moments out of people.
Well, I feel like, you know, they're egging you on and you're hot and sweaty and
they're waiting for you to just snap. Like, give me some water, please.
Right.
Who knows? I might do it. But I don't know. It just seems like their whole model is have 10 girls on and 1 or 2 guys like berating them, calling them whores until like they cry or, you know, shout something out and have a viral moment. I don't see the sense in shaming women who do OnlyFans or do porn without kind of like equal onus on like the men who consume this material.
You know, I think to each their own. I feel like you're going to have extremists on both sides. You know, I think there's a lot of extremeness going on, like the Lily Phillips and the Bonnie Blues and the Kazumis. They're, you know, really taking it to another level where most people are not nearly doing that. You know, they're doing it because they feel empowered, they're doing it for extra money, or they're doing it because they just really like it. But it's certainly not to the extreme, and they're treating it like a business, or they're just having fun. And then what's getting out there are these outlandish, you know, videos or headlines, and it's really making an already difficult situation even more difficult, because now you have the extremists on the other side that are coming, and it's just, you know, I think it's just too much sometimes.
Yeah. And a lot of times I think a certain type of man, like if they're, you know, conservative or Christian conservative, they'll try to shame women out of it like that. I'm like, you can't shame a woman out of doing OnlyFans if she's doing it for strong financial reasons. Like, you're not like alleviating the reason with which she got into it in the first place.
And people that were like, I would never date someone like that. Well, they wouldn't date someone like you. It's just not a compatible match. You don't have the same belief system, and you don't have the same morals, or, you know, just different way you live your life, and that's fine. But I'm not going to shame you for the things that you believe. Like, just keep scrolling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard a lot of guys say, like, oh, like a woman who does OnlyFans, no guy is ever going to want you. No guy's ever going to date you. You'll never be able to marry anybody. What do you say to that? People who think
there's so many porn stars and creators that are happily in relationships, and some that are happily not in relationships. And, you know, I like I said, to each their own. And, you know, I've been very lucky. I really don't get too much hate about, that. Mostly it's about my tweets that they hate. So, but, you know, I do see other people really getting, you know, having a hard time, and, you know, just have to kind of disassociate yourself from the people that just don't believe in you or think differently, and that's fine.
What do you say to girls like they get into it and then maybe their family cuts them off, or they have strained, like I guess like familial relationships because of it? I mean, that's the thing. It's like they should know that going into it.
I follow a lot of different porn stars, and almost all of them are estranged from their families. You know, I think that's just, not everybody, just because you're raised a certain way doesn't mean you believe all the same things. So, you know, and I see all these porn stars, and all of them are estranged in some way. It's like one extreme together. They're estranged or their family is completely supportive. So
It's almost weirder when they are completely supportive.
yeah, I don't know. I think wasn't one of the rumors with like Bonnie Blue that like her dad was there, like helping. I don't know, or the registration or something. I don't know.
The 1,000 men.
Yeah,
The Lily Phillips Bonnie Blue phenomena. So Lily Phillips came out first. She's the one that did 100 dudes in what, a day?
Yeah, I
or something
think
like
so.
that. And then Bonnie Blue had to one up her by doing supposedly 1,000 in 48 hours.
how are you selling that video? Like the bandwidth must be incredible. Like,
And Amy was saying something really interesting before we went live, and it's just making me think, like, what if it's all bullshit? Like, is anybody fact checking? Like, is anybody being like, yeah, let's tally the, like, where, no one's taking attendance, like, of these 100 men or these 1,000 men. It could be like, 40 dudes. It could be 12, and just they're shooting long lines of people. Like, they could,
I don't know.
how did we ever know?
I haven't really looked too much into it. I would assume if it's all this huge hullabaloo headline that somebody would have asked a question and been like, or, maybe there is video out there. Obviously, I haven't seen it. So, I don't know. It's a big risk to take if you have nothing to show for it either.
Yeah. Like, what is someone like, oh, we need to count up all the condoms. But like you said, I think one of them didn't require condoms for everybody.
That's the rumor. So is it all for headline or is it real? Like sometimes they create these striking headlines that'll grab your attention and now you get the ball rolling with your marketing.
I wonder if they have like a little like garbage bag with like a basketball hoop over it, and then, like when they're done with the condom they have to just shoot. Or maybe she has like alternating colors of condoms. I don't know how you keep track of them all.
But one of the rumors was that they only had like 30 seconds with her.
That's just barely enough to get it in.
In an interview, she said, I think it was 15 minutes per person.
15 minutes?
Yeah.
That's really all you need,
Like
just in
maximum.
general.
Well, she said it was 5 minutes. She would get them ready. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So they should come ready. They should come to the camera. They should come camera ready. Makeup, full makeup. Do you know what I mean?
Glam.
Like, that's too much manual labor on her. She's got to be the fluffer and the defluffer.
Yeah, even porn stars have fluffers.
Right.
it takes a lot
I don't like
for
that.
to be ready to go. I mean, these aren't like 18-year-old dudes that like...
Then don't do it. If you're not ready to go, don't waste everyone's time.
I mean, for them, do you turn that down? I mean, they didn't sound
Yes, I would be like, look, if it takes you more than a minute, I'm not here to, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I'm not here to get tennis elbow before this whole thing.
All right, so I have an idea. Chrissie makes an OnlyFans. Chrissie insults 1,000 men.
No, what I would like to do is cause 1,000 men to lose their erections. Like, come camera ready, and I will talk down to you till you walk away limp.
What is this? Boxers? You're going to come in here in boxers? There's a hole in them. How do you come here and there's a hole in
You
the
got these ratty ass underwear. You got
best you
holes in
could
your
do.
socks. That sounds great, actually. That's probably a fetish. Men who like to be
There
talked
is
down
a
to.
yes, that is definitely a request.
Wow.
Or the small penis humiliation.
right, small penis. That's so funny to me.
The SPH.
Let's pull up that article about how much money Lily Phillips makes. She opens up about how much she's earned from her OnlyFans career, but she doesn't want young girls to follow in her footsteps. Do you feel like women like Lily Phillips and Bonnie Blue, almost like they set an unrealistic standard for girls that are just starting out in OnlyFans? They go, oh wow, if I can make this much money.
Well, here she's saying she's 15 to 20,000 a month, and there's creators out there saying they're making 150,000 a month.
Wow.
So, and it's all, you don't know what's real. You could be saying that to make somebody curious to be like, wow, what's so great that I think it's
what is that? €15 to 20,000 euro.
I don't know the exchange rate.
So, quick, somebody do a Google Translate on the money. I don't know.
A bit less than ours, I believe.
I just think to make that much, it's got to be such a full-time job. Like, you probably can't repeat outfits.
Well, these big time creators have a crew that helps them.
They should have fluffers then.
They might.
It's just not worth getting carpal tunnel over.
They have, it's not the content creation that's the time consuming, it's the DMs and sending out things to buy. And that's where they have, so you could be talking to a team of people and thinking you're actually talking to this creator.
Be talking to Habib. He's going, good, thank you very much. I am very glad to be talking to you now.
It's, you don't really know what you're getting. Like, obviously, if I'm not answering at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm asleep. Sorry.
You can outsource your messages to have Habib right back to your people for you.
It's, so someone saying $43 million a year. That's what Bad Baby made.
$43 million in a year. I could be like, great, I can retire.
Right. I'd be done. See you later.
Wow. That's so wild. Right, because then you see that number and you go, why am I not doing that?
And then you see all these girls that are saying all these high numbers. I tell people I make less money, so they leave me alone.
Wow. I really try to be honest and open about the realities of the industry. I try to stay away from that. Personally, in my own consciousness, I don't want to be braggy. I don't like this bathing suit she's wearing because it makes her look like she... First of all,
her highlights look amazing.
It doesn't even fit her. And then the bottom is too big on the top. It's like the bottom part is too big. It's too like, it looks like a, what am I thinking of? Like something not Jesus would wear, but
a loincloth?
A loincloth. Yeah. Thank you, Fealty. The bottom part looks like a loincloth.
That's a popular design. I see a lot of people wearing that kind of bottom scrunchy design.
I hate that. That's a terrible design. It's like, because you could have a penis and it would be sort of disguised in all the flaps.
I mean, that's possible.
Terrible.
It's like a little
Do you guys
drape.
like this bottom? Like, I mean, she has a killer body. She can wear anything.
Yeah.
But however, I just think it's too many strings.
It's a lot
too
of
many
pleats.
flaps.
I feel like pleats went out in the 80s.
Yeah, the under boob is great. We love that.
She looks amazing.
She looks great. All right. Fealty.
That's for the boys.
Keep your hands where I can see them. She's saving to buy a house, and she has invested her lavish new earnings, admitting, I could stop now and I'd be happy, but she can't stop, won't stop. Things just get more expensive the more you earn. You do need more stuff. I put it back into the business.
With a team of people.
Yeah, she's got a staff. Admitting she feels responsibility for glamorizing
And she
her
probably
life.
has, people that film for her and edit her stuff. And, that's the business side of things as well. Marketing and all of that. So, good for her.
She opened about the notorious 101 Men stunt while... makes me think of 101 Dalmatians. While confessing she first came across adult content when she was 11 years old.
Well, I was sneaking peeks at, Playboy.
How old were you?
I was young.
See, is there a connection between that? Like young exposure and increased sort of like sexual proclivities?
I don't know. I was always boy crazy. I had a crush on Punch and John from Chips and
Punch.
I think everyone, I don't know if that's really a thing. It could be for some people and the extent of exposure they get, but I think me looking at Playboy as a young girl probably made me feel like garbage about my own body, but at the same time I aspired. I was like, they're so beautiful, I want to be them.
Eric Estrada as Punch.
Yeah, hello. I loved them. That was my favorite show.
Wow.
That's how old I am.
That is quite a head of hair. He looks Pakistani. That's a turnoff for me. Yeah.
Who doesn't like a motorcycle riding?
That's a great little outfit.
Those tight pants.
That's what was great about the 70s. Everyone just looks like they always need a haircut.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
He's filling them out.
I think he still looks that way. I think that guy hasn't aged at all.
Let's catch up with Punch.
What's his name? Eric Estrada.
Eric Estrada.
Wow.
Let me just take that off the screen.
There was a moment where it was Lily Phillips. It was Did you watch the sort of documentary? It was after she was done, and
He looks great.
wow, he just looks a little bit.
He's got the same hair.
like he's been up all night, but he looks good and the same.
Good for you, Punch.
Kept his hair.
I'm not gay. I think he looks better now.
He looks
Wow,
great.
he might be gay, Fealty.
Nope. No gay.
He's aged like a fine wine.
He sure has.
Well, actually, though, does this one look as good as that?
That is not a good photo. He's sort of smiling upside down there. That one, that's not a good one either. He looks Indian there. That's not good.
So one was clearly his headshot.
Yeah, that's better.
Well, maybe that was from like, I don't know, like
A movie or something. He's still a good-looking man, though.
A lot of these men have had work done, but you gotta stay competitive. Do you remember there was a moment, Lily Phillips, right here? It's the screenshot here where she is like crying and she's talking about how she had to check out, and she was saying like she had to like disassociate at around like man number 40. Do you think that's an act?
Yeah.
Really?
Like, if you don't want to do something, you don't have to.
She could have said cut at any moment.
And 40 would have been an impressive number to begin with. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's a combination of, do I think these women really enjoy having sex and being in the spotlight? I do. But I also think that these are really extreme headlines and trying to grab your attention. So I think it's a little bit of truth and a little bit of not truth.
And they figured it out because it clearly works for them, but it's kind of like, when does it end? You have to keep one-upping yourself. Like, all right, what's after 1,000? 1 million men.
She hosts a cruise and you go out on the cruise, like the bands do.
That's a great idea.
Like the Dave Matthews cruise.
A bang cruise. The SS Syphilis. And then, was it this one or Bonnie Blue who got into like doing old dudes?
I think it was Bonnie Blue.
On one hand, the old men, they could use a little love. But on the other hand, there's already a STD epidemic in these nursing homes.
And what if you get one, they're all on Viagra, you'll be there forever.
Yeah. You'll be like, I got other
like
old
any
men to
day
see.
now, dude, please.
Okay, wow. Bonnie Blue claims she doesn't get STIs because she drinks pineapple juice and eats vitamins. Well, pineapple juice sales just went through the roof.
Is it fresh pineapple juice? Can we get away with the can from
Right.
Dole?
Is this Dole? Wow, I thought just pineapple juice made your junk taste better.
Who knew it had all of these other qualities?
Who knew it had disease-fighting qualities? Wow. Her real name is Tia Billinger. Wow, she doesn't look like a Tia Billinger.
They're both from England, too,
Wow.
which is where OnlyFans started.
Really?
It's a British company.
OnlyFans. No, I take cranberry vitamins. I drink a lot of pineapple juice. I feel like she's just saying that. And it kind of would ruin the fantasy if she was like, yes, I have triple herpes.
I feel like she could just say anything at this point. It's,
Who's going to fact check? You know why her and Lily Phillips are so successful? Because they don't look like they're ran through. Like, they look very fresh-faced and girl next door.
But she's wearing a Van Cleef and Arpels necklace.
But guys don't know what that is.
I have no clue what that is.
See? Fealty doesn't know what that is. They don't know about jewelry.
I thought it was like a 4-leaf clover.
Yeah. He's thinking maybe she's Irish.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Oh, look at the Irish.
Is that not
Irish
what it
eyes
is?
are
Okay.
smiling. Yeah, no, that's like very expensive. But only girls and gays know that.
Oh, it's like the Dolce & Gabbana, the Louis Vuitton symbol thing?
Yes, Louis
Yes.
Vuitton.
Wait, oh.
His Hispanic counterpart.
Louis.
Louise. Oh, boy. Health information. No, pineapple juice has been rumored to affect the taste of and smell of bodily fluids, but nothing to do with STI prevention. I don't know, whatever works. Don't confuse general wellness with actual protective measures. What is the most difficult thing about doing OnlyFans? I feel like it's harder than it looks.
I think if you want it to pay like a business, you have to treat it like a business. So you have to be prepared. You have to think ahead. You have to be creative. You have to be, fun and think of what your subscribers want to see and hear about. And, obviously there's nudes on there, but I also answer my own messages, and some of us swap recipes, some of us talk about what our weekend plans are. Some people are just lonely and they want a companion and they like looking at boobs at the same time. So we have a really great time over there, and it's a nice community of people, and we just have a great time. And I try and, I'll say, hey, what do you want to see? What interests you? And some people reach out to me and my other platforms, because I answer those messages as well. And everyone's always like, you have so many followers. How can you possibly answer my message? Aww. And I'm like, well, luckily not everyone is messaging me at the same time. Like, it's not hard.
What if someone's like, I want to see you nude on the Grand Canyon? Like, what if it's something you just can't do?
I'll just be like, that is a long drive from New Jersey.
Like, what about the Belt Parkway? Let's do that.
Right. And they're like, I'll fly you to me. And I'm like, no thanks. It's a faceless stranger on Twitter that I've never spoken to before.
You get a lot of those kind of offers?
Oh, yeah. I get a lot of people that want to meet me and date me and hang out with me. And I'm like, I stopped meeting people on Twitter years ago. It was too much drama. I'm just like, no. It can be organic, and that's it.
Too Craigslisty. Yeah.
And most people understand.
Yeah, that's good. Any famous people in your DMs ever?
No. Not that I know.
We were joking before we went live. Like,
once there was a former baseball player.
Ooh.
But not somebody that I knew. Like he, had played in the
Lenny
minors.
Dykstra.
No. He had played in the minors, and then he played a little bit of professional ball, but no one I had ever. I mean, I don't really follow baseball anyway. It wasn't a Yankee or a Met. It was like, somebody
an Astro.
Out there. But he was very handsome, but
a Brave.
I don't even remember.
A Buccaneer. A Tampa Bay Ray.
It was from my old Instagram account that it got deleted at like 300,000 followers.
How did that happen?
Who knows? You don't get an explanation. There's no hotline for them.
I hate that.
They're very, very, they play a lot of favorites. They will say, that my account is in violation, but meanwhile there's like naked butts like shaking on my timeline from everybody else.
Mm-hmm. It's so unfair. My first Instagram was deleted, I think like the day or week before I was on Tim Pool for the first time. And I was like, it was so traumatizing. Yeah. It's horrible. Ooh, Zach, thanks for the $2. Amy met people on Twitter. Why? Tell us everything.
Why?
Why not?
I don't know. They were hot.
Yeah.
We had a connection.
So there, Zach. Be hotter. And then you can meet women through Twitter. Let's see. Let me look at Are we logging in? Oh, okay. You're logging into that. Okay, very interesting. What I also heard that the average girl on OnlyFans really is not making that much money. Like maybe only like a couple $100 a month or something. Like not enough to leave your job. Over.
I don't. People like I have a group chat of other creators, and some do amazing, and others are like, hey, I don't do as I struggle. So it's like one end to the next.
Yeah. It really spans. Coach Weekly donated $1.99. What?
Old.
Oh, it's old?
Yeah.
We won't be reading old super chats on this program. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. Was there another Bonnie Blue article there that we were going to peruse?
I think we were talking about the Disney.
Oh, yes, I do. Before we get to that, Lily Pup's supposed to die while having sex.
I think we all would like that.
I don't.
Like go out with a bang.
That's true.
You poop and pee when you die.
That's what I'm concerned with.
At the exact moment, it takes a little while for your body to settle.
Ugh.
He'd have time to get out of bed.
I think I want to die fully clothed. In fact, I want to die in my best outfit. That's flattering. looking thin, of course.
After I've had my first facelift.
Yeah, I don't want to die in like a bathtub or anywhere where someone finds you and goes,
My cats eat me.
No. Yeah.
They start with the cheeks first, I hear.
What?
I feel like that's a good place. It's a little more meaty.
That's disgusting. Ugh. Lily Phillips. I don't know. I say, I mean, how many more years can she really do this for? Well, she's 23, so she can do it for a while.
She's got a long life ahead of her.
For 50 more years.
Good for her.
Well, she probably was going to do this into her geriatric years. 23. Wow. You know, some people just find their callings very young in life. Okay, good for Lily. We have to get to Disney adults because this has always been something I felt so passionately about, and it fills me with rage, and I can't quite put into words why the Disney adults anger me so. I think it's because it's failure to launch mixed with obesity, mixed with they are very much avoiding something in their lives. This is from American AF. Anyone else find it weird when adults are obsessed with Disney and they're always fat and poorly dressed? Why?
Oh no.
You don't think that's pretty?
No, I think she should be pushed back into the ocean.
We'll see.
Oh, let's listen on our headphones. No? Okay.
You can hear it, yeah.
Yeah, I guess we don't need to. See, look, we can almost see up her skirt. They all have a gay best friend. What? Oh, God. Each is bigger than the next.
I want to know what tripod they're using.
Ugh. Stop. Pull your tarp down. I can almost see
She's
your
dating
cooch.
Corey Feldman? What's going on here?
This is so not good. I'm a big proponent of just stop selling clothes after a certain size. Because if no clothes don't fit you, you won't go out in public until conditions improve.
So I'm assuming this is on the monorail. This is a thing for the monorail?
Yes. This is how I feel right now. Like, I feel like this is what I look like.
Oh my God,
when I was at the gym earlier today, I was like, this is where I'm at. I was basically...
I was doing yard work
dancing
and
on the monorail,
shoveling mulch, and I had to sit down every 15 minutes because I was getting lightheaded. I'm like, this is bad. Ugh. And I don't.
There's something wrong.
Are they
with all
going
these
to a
people.
wedding? They're all dressed up.
I think they do it because they want their little viral Disney. moment.
I had to go to a wedding in Disney last year.
What?
And
Why?
I was dreading it the entire time because I absolutely have zero connection to Disney whatsoever. I cannot stand it.
You're an adult.
And I get off the plane and I'm like, the least Disney person just arrived in Disney. And the only, I played golf while I was down there and that was fine. But I went to Epcot and I'm like,
stop doing that. Just
and
let it
I know
play.
people that go to Epcot every single year.
Why? What's wrong with them? That's not going to be different.
They spent the entire day at Epcot, multiple days, and they go back every single year. And I was like, first of all, Epcot is not the place to go if your thighs rub together because I was on fire
and it's always hot no matter what time of the year it is, and there's only so many times you can drink around the world.
And I wasn't even planning to go to Epcot. I was just gonna lay by the pool and play golf and have a great time, but then everybody kind of convinced me and I was like, I guess I won't be the party pooper. But I wasn't prepared for the intense chafing that was going to happen, and I was miserable. And I was like, all right, I went around the loop once. What else am I doing? I've been to most of these countries in real life. Why is this exciting to people?
Somebody's doing it's because these people haven't been to the country.
And it was during the food festival, so I ate around the world, obviously. But I'm like, and people were like, "Oh, we're going back," and I'm like, "Oh my, why? What is happening?"
The one positive thing I will say is I think the best margarita I've ever had in my life was at the Mexico.
The food was phenomenal, but I also I don't know. I just didn't see the appeal. Maybe it's because I'm not really like a rides person.
Because you're not mentally ill trying to avoid something in your life. The people that go to Disney, they get all dressed up, and it's because they're avoiding something in their real life. They live in La La Land.
I just, I get parents wanting to see the joy in their children. I get that. But going back every single year for $10,000 at a pop.
It's so expensive. You can go.
How many times I grew up near Great Adventure. I didn't go there all the time either.
Let's see what's going on with this video here. Well, who are these people? What are they doing?
Well, this looks clever.
This is a Disney Cringe compilation.
Oh.
Is Mario?
So that's redundant because Disney is inherently cringe.
I mean, it's clever.
Mario. Oh, he's so gay. Look at this dude. If you have time to
I don't even know who these people are.
He looks like gay or Ryan Reynolds.
This is like Zelda, right?
Yoshi, who is this supposed to be? Wario? No, it's not. He's not even overalls. It's
This
not
is
even
like a
close.
$2,000 wardrobe for this video.
You're a guy working at Disneyland and the word gets out that you're straight. Oh, God. Get away from me, ladies. Please don't act like you're in a Wes Anderson
With, like,
film.
Garth Mini?
Just like Darth. Wait, what?
Was it dark? I thought it said Dark Mini or Dark.
Goth Mini?
Don't act like you're in a Wes Anderson film dressed like Darth Vader in Galaxy's Edge. What?
I don't get it.
I don't know what Galaxy's. I think Galaxy's Edge is a ride.
It's I think it's a section of Disney World. Ugh. Who gives a shit?
Oh,
Right, it's the Star Wars part. Oh, this is so stupid.
This is,
She's so into herself.
very thought out. Great hair.
Great hair. Oh my God, this is so stupid. Oh, I'm trying to look like Wes Anderson.
She has a lightsaber.
Wow.
Does it make noise?
Me stepping foot into the ugly green MCO carpet knowing I'm about to walk 10 miles a day, drink my way. What? Go back.
Okay.
Drink my way around Epcot. I love every second of it.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Wait, Epcot? Oh, no, this isn't Epcot.
That's the airport. I think that's the Orlando airport.
Oh, okay.
POV, your vacation is all fun and games until you get on this ride. What the hell is... I don't even know what that is.
Nope.
Look, what kind of hair is that? It's like a turnip. Okay. This just looks extremely gay. Oh my God. There's something wrong with him. Grabbing that rope drop Starbies, knowing it's going to give you theme park diarrhea for the first hour of the day. If you're calling Starbucks Starbies, you also are mentally ill.
None of this is for me. I'd rather go to Aruba and lay on the beach.
I would literally rather go to like Long Island. I would sit through the traffic. Any island is better than Disney World. Video of me resting at Disney. Okay, see, it's not. Oh, I gotta put my ears on. The person in front of you in the line, the second you get into any enclosed, crowded space. I don't get it. When Disney Worlder goes to Disneyland for the first time. A Disney Worlder?
Well, I get Disney World's in California, right?
Disneyland is in California. That was
Disney
the first
World.
one. And I think Disney World was, so it's a little newer, I think. So I think they're looking down on Disneyland, which I feel like if you're that into Disney, you wouldn't be competing with each other.
Why do you have to go to both? They're the same thing.
Well, look at the face. Yeah.
What a fucking loser. I'm sorry. This guy should be trying to see his kids.
There's downtown Disney. There's
I don't see any
Is this
kids
the
in
parking
video.
lot?
Or make kids.
where are the bleachers?
I mean,
He's not going to meet women this way.
we should go to Wally World.
Disney adults trying to convince their friends to be Disney adults.
No. And they all have backpacks. I haven't used a backpack since high
A
school.
backpack always makes you look fatter.
I do like
more-
her vintage Mickey shirt, though.
That's fine. But most of these people are dumpy, are frumpy. They don't look good. And the backpack just sort of like highlights all the worst parts. Like a backpack makes your boobs look bad.
She was prepared for the chafing, though, I see.
Yeah, bike shorts is a good move.
I needed a full bodysuit. I needed chainmail. I was on fire for a week after that.
I just don't. It's exhausting. It's hot. You're not eating good food.
Yeah, and then you feel like garbage because you're eating garbage because that's all there is.
Yeah, you're eating just 4.
You're like, why am I going to have some hummus and carrots when I can have a bacon cheeseburger, you know, with it, Mickey emblazoned on the bun?
And it's and everything's so
for
expensive.
$27.99.
Why?
Really? 27.
It's so expensive.
so
just
expensive.
to avoid your problems, just to avoid your life.
Golly.
It's so overrated.
I'm like, I'm here. I might as well eat.
What?
I do
this
know
person
that
has multiple
collecting
ears?
is a big thing because they change them all the time. There's different themes. There's different vintage ones. There's limited edition ones. I do know the ear collection is a big thing.
Another mental illness. When are you ever going to wear these?
Who's got a wall this big to be putting all of these ears on it?
You know what should be on this wall? Your children's drawings.
You know what else I see a lot too? The collection of Stanley cups.
Oh,
That's a big thing too. And people will have huge cabinets for Stanley cups.
are so cumbersome. I only have one because
I don't even have
my
one.
dear friend Anna sent me one when I was about to give birth, and it was very clutch in the hospital because it kept my water really cold.
I don't like cold water. I like room temperature.
Oh, that's like an old person thing.
I know. I'm a weirdo. I am a weirdo. Even when I was dying on my front lawn today doing yard work, I was like,
Yeah,
we'll
sometimes
just have
cold
this warm water
is a little harsh.
I'll drink it out of the hose.
Let's see where this goes.
Make it on my ears. Does this mean this person's gone that number of times? Look at the multiple backpacks.
I know people that go and they wear different ears every day. Like they have a different set for every day.
What the hell? That's so stupid. That doesn't look like Netflix.
But are other people knowing what you are?
No. Look, if your man coordinates with you, I'm sorry, he's a little gay. Are you kidding me? Frank would have to be dead for me to coordinate anything with him.
I think he could rock that green outfit though.
I couldn't even get Frank to go. Like, our wedding day was the only time that he coordinated with me.
Aww.
He had a white tie and vest to go with my white dress.
Frank had permagrin that entire day. Every time you saw Frank, he was looking at you like you were the most, like he couldn't get enough of you. Like I hope.
And now I look like this.
Oh, stop it.
I'll get back. I'll snap back. I'll get it back in that dress in no time.
I remember being at your wedding and we walked all over the place to try and get photos before the rain, and the wind was
nuts.
It was like hurricane gale force winds, and I was like, dear Lord, please do not let this dress fly up, for I am not wearing any panties. And I'm like trying to like wrap myself in this gown and carry the bouquet and like other accessories for everybody. And I was like,
Amy, you didn't wear underpants and you're a bridesmaid in my wedding? Oh my goodness.
well, you know.
Well, I didn't say, imagine if I was like, everyone has to wear underpants.
Matching panties.
And here's your dress. No, it was a long dress, so.
Yeah, nobody
knew. I didn't know till just now.
See?
Okay. Hulu doesn't look like. Anyway, my point was Frank would never coordinate. He would sooner die than coordinate.
HBO, they're boring.
So this is just, you're dating a gay
She's got a great
man.
little bod though. She's like the mom from the
she does look good.
Incredibles.
Yeah, she's very cute. I don't approve of the multiple Disney backpacks, but
I'm not a fan of a beret either.
Yeah. Them. Are you really going to Disney again? Me walking down Main Street. Is that supposed to be Kevin Hart? My husband, be ready at 7 a.m. for Disney. Me at 6:59. See, this is mental illness. Prepping for Disney World, putting weight in a backpack, in an ugly backpack.
You're going on a ruck
ugly
tour.
shoes.
I don't love anything this much.
With jumping over a stroller with Disney cruise, wait, what? Wow. This Splash Mountain record on social media. Oh, this is a fun ride, actually.
Listen, I grew up with the log flume at the Seaside Boardwalk, so this is nothing.
Saddle up, Potter, you're gonna get wet. I always like the old, like the log flumy voices that talk to you. Like, here we
And
go.
I always would sit in the back and I never would get wet. And my whole family would be like, how is this possible? My cousin would be like, how did you not get wet? And I don't know. I just always figured it out. But we would go on the log flume. That was the best ride. And it was at the Seaside Heights Boardwalk. And I just had a knack for it.
Hold the bag away from your body. Security can clearly see your trigger items instead of what?
Never thought I would have.
Instead of how mentally ill you are.
50th anniversary medallions in the
Oh, wait, she has like a star. She has like a walk of shame square.
She was probably explaining it, but
Did this cost you $100,000 to get a brick with your name
Yeah, I
on it?
wonder what that costs.
it might be people in the 33 Club, maybe.
What does that mean? You've been 33 times?
No, there's like a secret club at Disney where they actually have like hidden.
Is Jay-Z there? What's so good about
Yes,
it?
actually, I think Jay-Z is a member of the club. It's like hidden bars inside of buildings.
I think it's like a VIP membership
Yeah.
that you can belong to, and you get to like go in certain areas that other
Yeah.
people can't.
How much does that cost?
Probably a lot.
I've heard it's like $100,000.
If you had $100,000,
Do you
why would you
know
ever
the
step foot in
country
Disney
club
World
I
ever
would
again?
belong to? Like, please.
Ugh, you could. Anything would be cooler to do with $100,000 than do that.
Well,
It's very upsetting.
yeah, it's called Club 33.
Yeah, I think we can safely assume that we are not Disney people, and we just can't relate. I don't know. We're
I want
missing
this
that
guy
gene.
to be tarred and feathered. He knows this whole dance.
I thought you said tarred as in like a D.
Oh, tarred, like retarded and feathered.
Yeah.
Splash Mountain has closed. Why?
Are they
it's
trapped in
closed?
there?
Yeah, no, they closed the ride down forever and they're getting rid of it. I think they're building.
Why did
something
they
else in
leave
its
people
place.
inside?
There's still a huge line of people. Oh, wow. Don't travel with a Disney adult. They didn't want to. What? But they have this at Epcot. Oh, okay. What is that, a Tower of Terror?
Mm-hmm.
They're in Europe. And he's like, they have this at Disney World. Okay, losers.
They're in Venice, Italy, and this is what they're talking about.
Yeah, there's something wrong with them.
That was probably built in the 1300s.
Scariest ride at Islands of Adventure. Oh, that's a Dr. Seuss world.
Does it go
That looks
underwater?
like a penis. Thing 1, thing 2. You got the express pass, and I got the express pass, so I get to cut people in line. Oh, I'm gay.
But now
Oh.
everyone's getting an express pass, so now that line is long.
Yep.
right.
I think there's another tier higher.
It's
than
like
that.
TSA pre-boarding. It's like, no, you might as well just get
Do
there
the eye
early.
clear and
Yeah, I'm not about that. I'm not about any of that shit. These people are retarded. I don't hope something bad happens to them, but
I mean, everyone has a hobby. I have golf. I don't know if I'm more obsessed with the clothing for golf than I am with actually playing.
why? Isn't it boring? Like, it's just
You know,
collared shirts.
no. Got all sorts of fun prints and styles and
Fun golf club?
yes. When I get out of the car, they're like, that girl's going somewhere. She's going on the LPGA.
But you have such huge boobs. How do they probably don't make golf clothes for like,
luckily you can have fitted clothes.
wow.
I have to strap them down though when I play.
If I was a golfer, yeah, I would just be doing like, oh, I dropped my ball. Excuse me.
Well, what everyone always asks, they're like, oh, how come you don't do any golf course content? I'm like, first of all, I don't want to get kicked out of my country club. And two, golf skirts have built-in shorts.
Oh, why is your golf club always sticky? Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
I've been
So it's
miniature
always a
golfing.
disappointment when I'm like, golf skirts have built-in shorts. And they're like, oh, bummer.
I would do a miniature like golf club. If they were like a mini golf club, I would pay to be part of that.
That would be fun.
I dated this guy once who thought himself a serious golfer. We went mini golfing on a date. He
He was like reading the greens.
He literally went to his car, to his trunk, took out his $100 putter, and insisted on playing the mini golf with his $100 putter.
Well,
And guess what? I kicked his dumb ass.
You
I
always
beat
have to
him.
be practicing your short game, but
He had no short game or long game.
oh,
He sucked. Oh my goodness. Wowie, wowie, wowie. That's so funny.
I wish I could read all these comments, unless they're mean, and then I don't want to read them.
cover. So we found in the depths of the internet a video of Jim Norton back when he was 33 years old, when he was still on Opie and Anthony. It's like an MTV Cribs style
Oh, wow.
tour of Jim Norton's apartment.
I
that
did his show a couple years ago.
Was it Chip Jefferson?
Mm-hmm. Had a great
It's a
time.
show. He, I assume, lived at this apartment with other male comics, and I remember, like, I've been in some male comedian apartments, and it's so disgusting, especially when a bunch of men live together.
I don't think it's limited to comedians.
When there's
I
no
think it's just
women
men.
around, an apartment can get pretty disgusting pretty quickly.
Yes, I mean they don't have to be multiple men. Like I've seen them living alone, and you're like, oh my, it's like a scene out of Hoarders.
When there's no women or gays around. Fieldy, we're not looking in your general direction. Of course not.
I vacuum.
You don't vacuum. Okay, let's play it real quick. We could skip around a little.
Today we're hanging out with Jim Norton, stand-up comedian and regular
He
on
looks
the
so
Opie and
different.
Anthony
Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Just the white.
So prepare yourself
walls.
for subpar living conditions. and pick yourself a
Is that
bed
black
bag.
mold? Oh my
You're gonna
God.
need one
Oh
on this
no.
edition
Is this a
of
parody of
MTV
Cribs?
Yes.
Okay.
Should I
Oh,
listen?
this isn't real.
No.
Oh, I thought this was real.
Well, they're using the Cribs main.
All right, let's skip through it. Skip through to the good stuff. All right, skip through to when they're going through his apartment. Here we go.
Because he opens the door like a bag and goes, "Hi, come in."
Oh, wow.
Yes. And just outside the door that leads up to his place, look at this mess down here.
Oh, did he have a baby?
Oh no. Everything looks so dingy.
Some little babies inside.
Well, it is the 90s.
Yeah, Jim, why do you have a baby seat?
It's probably from the Hello Boys.
Your little chubby face.
Yeah, the baby seat is
Aw.
probably from the surprisingly enough, I have
And the
Spanish family.
Nokia.
I'm shocked that they would have 40 kids.
Oh my
Another
God, the
thing, right?
Nokia brick phone.
Stereotypes are never true. All right, here's
My
Rick.
sister
I'm
had
reading
one of
off the
those.
stuff. All right, come on, boy. All right.
Wow, so when was this, late 90s?
Like the left. What is that?
What year did this come out, Fieldy?
Let's see if it's there.
Oh, mold again, mold again.
On the walls.
No, it doesn't say.
Okay. Oh, there's mold on the wall?
Good.
How do you even fix that? Can you?
You have to get a company to come in and
Scrape it off?
That has
use
mold
chemicals
dripping
and kill
off.
it.
Oh, look at that.
Ew.
There is mold dripping. Literally dripping.
Dripping mold. Oh,
Oh
no.
my God, look behind the picture.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Guys, you have no idea. This is
Why is it just behind the photo?
Maybe it was there and then the
Maybe they didn't have air conditioning, so it was steamy in the summer, and it just collected moisture behind it.
Holy crap. Look at all the plastic bins. Oh my God, the CD holder.
Jim,
There's nothing
yeah, Jim.
hanging on the walls. There's just
Describe
white,
your place here.
dingy walls.
It's pretty nice.
Oh my
The
God.
ceiling is kind of coming in because again, the landlord really hasn't been upkeeping anything.
That's
so
not
we've had
good.
the
But
ceiling
again, that's the
down,
landlord
like,
fault.
handed out when it drips.
Yeah.
You see it, it looks
Look at that trim, though.
That's a nice trim.
Yes,
That's like
I know
pre-war.
I'm getting rich doing the O&A show is sadly mistaken.
Hello, kitty. Holding the windows shut.
It's got stacks of platform shoes.
Stacks of shoes.
My chess books.
This looks like you would have to be in a deep depression to live here.
There's like a layout.
That's a typical New York laundry bag, though.
Oh yeah, that plaid, that plastic plaid.
Yep.
Oh my god, what are those white gloves?
The place is
Is that a Mickey Mouse costume?
3 people, so her stuff is pretty much all
Oh, so this is also his girlfriend stuff, and I think they said he has a roommate as well.
Okay, so there's 3 people living here, and there's see, this is unacceptable. If there's one woman who lives here and it looks like this, not good.
Technically 2 women, I think they said.
Oh, disgusting.
Get some Tilex.
We're coming up to the bathroom.
Don't go in. Don't go in.
Oh no! Oh, it's a pink toilet. One of these very old.
Towel.
Ugh.
Get a picture of this.
I mean, I think pink bathroom, we could blame this on the girls at this point.
Oh my god! It's really
That hasn't been cleaned since the 80s.
Oh,
You'd have to shower.
You have to just. Well, how hard is it to just go, gang? Let's all pony up. Let's get $100 together and hire a maid.
I really know.
Oh my goodness. This is very
Visible garbage.
It's just covered with
I feel like I'm waiting for roaches to crawl out of the toilet.
Look what he's got for the kids. Warner Brothers Looney
Remember
Tunes
the
piece
flip
of Band-Aid.
metal?
Oh my god.
Band-Aid
those
thing?
Band-Aids.
I still have one of those.
Great. Come on, let me show you what we have guests.
I have lived in shitty apartments, but we at least sort of like kept them up a little.
Yeah.
And I never had, well, okay, I did have 2 roommates at one point. I never had more than 2 roommates.
Nor have I seen a cockroach yet, but we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said they don't see rats.
He's very adamant there's no bugs.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
I bet there's bugs.
Just laying sideways.
Wow.
Penthouse. All right.
Wow. Remember magazines?
Cabinets.
They still
You know, the
exist.
1950s.
Do they?
It's one thing if it's your own mess, but it's
Yeah.
another if it's other people's mess. Like that peeves me.
Yeah.
The 1960s.
A mess you don't know the origins of.
Right. You're like, ugh.
Cow printed curtains
With a swag.
Ugh. I almost prefer Disney
They
adult
zhuzhed it up with swag.
over this.
I 100% prefer the Disney adults over this. This is horrifying.
This just take a match to the whole thing.
Oof. Like when someone moves out.
Oh,
What do you?
eggshells in the sink?
Oh my gosh. How bad does this smell?
Oh no, the fridge. No. Just get a maid. That's the thing. If you're a lazy person, just
It looks fairly normal when you first
Get
open it up, but then
a
you start
cleaner.
counting how many things of eggs he's got.
what is that? Patmart.
How
Yes.
many eggs
Brand.
does he eat?
Eggs.
Eggs. That's a
Soy
lot of
milk.
eggs.
He's got all these varieties of soy milk.
Soy milk.
He's got
Ooh,
old
soy
lettuce
milk.
doesn't look like it's
That
been
explains a
thrown out in
lot.
long time. Needs to be thrown out. Bananas. What is that a
Oh
banana?
god, who keeps bananas in the fridge?
Oh, that's weird.
Christ. What is this?
Bananas in the fridge? Oh my god, they're brown. I bet they're juicing. Oh, they're dripping. Like, I know how that smells.
Oh my god.
This makes me sad.
Oh,
why are you keeping them there?
Holy
it's sad that people live like this.
checking his
What the hell is that?
CRISPR.
Just a man in a bathtub.
I think that was Jim in the bathtub.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, Norton, you farted! Oh, Jesus! Did he really?
Oh
Son
no.
of a bitch!
But men just like, they live like this and they just don't see a problem with it.
They don't
go,
care.
oh, I don't see the
Look
dirt.
at his kitchen table.
Just move it around if they need to do it, or they're not home all the time. Like,
Right, because they're out a lot. They maybe work day jobs and then they're out doing comedy all night.
He does have a girl living there, just saying.
This is, yeah, the women should be embarrassed that live here. They are not holding up their end of the bargain.
Barbie milk chocolate? Dude, who do you live with?
Barbie chocolate? This is disgusting.
this is really not good at all.
This is hoarding mixed with just no upkeep. There's an alarming amount of Hello Kitty things here.
Also outside in the rear of the apartment.
All right. I think I'll take it away.
I've seen enough
I've
to scar me for life.
Let's go back to the Disney adults. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
I think I prefer the 1,000 Men in 48 Hours to seeing that.
I hope he got a raise after they saw this episode.
Ugh. Well, now he
could get
lives
his own
in a
apartment.
beautiful apartment with a beautiful wife, so he's crushing it now. Let's go to the super chats. Let's see. Push-ups. Push-ups.
Yep.
Oh, let's see. Wait, what am I looking at?
You can do push-ups one.
Push-ups for 2. Magazines exist. I still buy copies of Skeptic Mag. Never heard of that. Derek C sent 5 Chrissie Mayr gift memberships. Thanks, Derek C. Zach. Oh, we already did that.
Yeah.
Regod for 2. I've met Lily Phillips. No, stop it. Were you one of the 100 men? Push-ups for 2. Amy, are you going to go with Gino to visit Frankie? Oh, is Gino going back?
Oh, is he
to
going
Nova
back?
Scotia?
Oh, that was like the best episode
Great
ever.
content.
I was like crying
It
when
was such
I
a
loved
moment.
it. I loved it. If I can make it happen, I will.
Caddy Thoroughgood for 5. Whatever, Amy, is so hot. Be thick.
Thank you. Thank you.
Be thick. Johnny recaps for, what is that, a British pound? Happening chickies.
Let me see it all here.
There's something about since you became a
Happening
mom.
chickie since I became a mom. I'm just tired all the time. Since becoming a mom, click on see all.
That's just going to show all.
Oh, happening chickie since becoming a mom. Have you noticed any difference in your joke writing?
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh, that was from the other day.
Do you do a lot of like mom content now?
Not really a difference in the joke and like the process of getting material, but I would say like, yeah, there is material about being a parent now. Like I guess it's a bit more relatable in that sense. But yeah, I am just so tired all the time. I could fall asleep at the drop of a hat, and but I'm really not drinking very much anymore, except for this Spirit Off Ice, which I think this one was from like 2 years ago. I think I had a couple of expired ones in the fridge. But I missed your super chat, push-ups. What did it say? Huh? Just spell it out in all caps if I missed a super chat. Oh my goodness.
Was it this one? The magazines exist, or?
I don't know. Resended push-ups. Amy, a while ago, because you were in my bridal party and you said that you were a member of like many bridal parties. Like you were like basically a professional bridesmaid. And
yes.
Did you say you were possibly going to write a book about it?
I have been toying with this book idea for several years. I've been in over 40 weddings throughout my lifetime. Wow. As a flower girl, as a bridesmaid, I have a lot of cousins. I had a lot of friends. I was averaging like 5 weddings a year.
Wow. Wow. That's a lot. I mean, I like one wedding a summer. I think that's fun. I love weddings. They're fun.
And in the course of 20 years, you can, find yourself in a lot of weddings. So I am always kind of the go-to gal for bridal parties. Like at the shower, I'm the one that has to coordinate everybody. Like you're going to pre-open the gift. You're going to put it on the bride's lap. She's going to hold it up. Then this one's going to whisk it away and rewrap it. And someone's going to write the name. So I've always been kind of a problem solver and an organizer.
You're
so
conscientious,
and I have toyed with the idea of writing a book, which is a little more on the sarcastic side. Like it's not your day, get over it. Like a guide to being a bridesmaid, but also with like little tips and tricks. Like everyone's got their dress on. We're not on the move yet, but everyone's going to have pit stains. Like how to keep that from happening. You have to put like little, panty liners in your armpits and peel them off right before you, take pictures or go down the aisle. Like, all just very funny, quirky, but sarcastic. And if you've followed my Twitter for years, I am very sarcastic and kind of like in your face about things. And sometimes, you have to remember it's not your day and stop complaining. Like you could always have said no.
Yes. There have been like many shitty bridesmaids. Like I've heard stories where people just straight up don't show up. Like they canceled the day before, or it's just, you really have to be like, I've been a bridesmaid like maybe just a couple of times. You have to be a team player. You really have to look at it like almost like you're working the wedding. Like you're what can I do for this person?
Exactly.
How can I be
what
helpful?
can I do? You know, I was at a wedding, the waiter spilled on the bride's dress red wine. And, you know, it's such a high stress day.
And you were like, let me make a pattern out of it.
Right. And, you know, you have to remember, it's not your day. She asked you there for a reason. And, you know, you have to be supportive. And believe me, I have worn some hideous, unflattering, horrendous dresses.
Can you remember like what were like the worst couple of dresses?
It was a pink. No, her scene was lovely. It was a pink sequined mermaid style, which if you're hippie, isn't always the most flattering. And also, you kind of waddle.
Sequins.
And sequins. Was it
a stripper getting married?
No. And I had a lot of friends that were strippers, but they seemed to have a lot better taste than some other people. But I was like, really? This is really your vision.
There's no excuse now with all the dress companies that have so many different styles for you to just like pick a color or 2 colors or 3 colors and be like, get whatever you want.
Yeah. You could be, you know, same color, same material, pick your own style, and then they could pick something that they're comfortable in. So also as a bride, you have to be a little conscientious of, you know, how your bridesmaids feel about themselves and what the day is going to look like. But I've been toying with this book idea. I have kind of started writing it, but it really hasn't been a steady
you should put it in your book. When we were trying on our dresses at David's bridal, Zia was like she was like, who wants to see my new boobs? And like she was calling everybody into the dressing room, and like the lady who was helping us was like, oh, I'll just wait out here.
Just wait out here.
No, you can come in, check them out.
She's like, do you want to feel them? It's fine.
Check out my knockers. That was so much fun.
That was a great day.
I really tried because you're aware of bridezillas, and you're like, as a bride, you're like, okay, I really don't want to be a pain in the ass and like make everybody's life.
And I think
difficult.
people were more like, when I was in my 20s, I definitely was like,
because you're young and stupid, and you don't realize you're gonna have many moments in your life that are important. So you
now
think that this is
I'm 48, and I'm like, I don't give a shit what you put me in. Like, if you want me to ride a horse down the aisle, it's your day, honey. Like, let's just get it going to the reception. Like,
get to the cocktail hour.
I've pretty much given up on everything at this point. So
yeah, another tip is to not do your bridal party photos during the cocktail hour. You should do it before. That way everybody can enjoy the cocktail hour and get sloshed.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
There's always such great food, and everyone's kind of catching up, and you're seeing all the out-of-town guests, and, you know, you're fixing, something is always getting torn or broken, or a strap or a heel. So there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes of the bridal party. And, you know, it's definitely an interesting experience.
Oh yeah.
Does a bridal party go on like a trip where they get kind of lost and they lose one of the people in the bridal party?
Are you talking about the Hangover movie?
No.
Sounds like you're describing the Hangover.
No.
I mean, we could ask Gigi, because she lost me at your bachelorette party.
Oh my gosh. That was so much fun. And like, you basically organized the whole thing, and it was like,
we had a
truly the best
great
time
I
ever.
haven't laughed so hard as I did when we were at that strip club, but I drank so much, and they sent me home early with Gigi.
Remember there was like a man trying to like give you a lap dance, and you're like, I'm old enough to be your mother.
And we're standing there waiting for the Uber, and like the bodyguards are standing, the security guys, and they're like trying to talk, and I was like, excuse me, she's famous, Google her. And they were like, what? And I'm like, she's famous, Google all of that.
Like everyone at this table is famous.
And finally the guy like looked up Gigi, and he's like, oh my God, you're right, she is famous. And like, so we get back to the casino, and I think you're leaving, and like, Amy's so drunk, like, how did the chaperone get drunk? Like, who's chaperoning the chaperone? And I guess I went to use the ladies' room in the casino, and somehow I snuck back out. Like, I left the bathroom, and Gigi didn't see me leave.
Oh no.
So she's like terrified, like, where am I?
Fell in or something.
Or that she lost me and I'm so drunk. And she was like, have you seen this woman? She's got a low cut shirt. She's got huge knuckles. She looks like this. She's like trying to like put an APB out on me at the Borgata Hotel and Casino. And I made my way up to the room, strangely enough. And she gets up there. She's like, how did you get here? And I'm like, I don't know.
That was so much fun. We had like a pool, like an awesome, like they had a nice pool at the Borgata, so we did that, and then
we stayed at the water club. That was fun.
So cool, and it was like kind of private. Dinner. It wasn't like these Vegas pools where it's like human soup and like everyone is there. It's like the worst.
I like the water club people because it's adults only, so it's not super like kids aren't running around, and I think it's the MGM Tower now, but. That was a great weekend.
It was so cute. And then the strip club, just classic.
That was the funniest night of my life.
Because when you are a performer, I was like, I must upstage the stripper, and I just did the worm. I was like, I have to do the worm. I have the space for it. I can do it.
It was amazing. I haven't laughed so hard in my life, and those guys that worked there were amazing, and they were such good sports and so funny, and really, showed us a great time, and they're just a really great at Hunkamania in Atlantic City.
They really did. They were like, oh my God. How did you leak this?
Who leaked this?
Oh my God. I was like, a lot of these women, they go to this and they're like, I'm going to be motorboated by the stripper. They like, some of these women enjoy this too much, but I looked at this as an opportunity to perform.
I freaking died.
You can see my visible Spanx. Watch me do the worm, because they were like, I got a lot of advice.
Look at the height.
I got a lot of advice to wear like pretty, large undergarments, because they were like, who knows what these strippers are going to do? They're going to try to get a hand in.
And we gave you the works. Like, it was like being at a Mexican wedding with the dollar dance.
I was like, let me scoop up some of these dollars.
It was such a hilarious
I loved
time.
that dress. It's still hanging up in
that was a great
the
dress.
Closet. I could maybe fit one leg in it.
We'll have to go down for another trip. We'll have to say it's somebody's birthday.
Oh my God. It truly was so much fun. And I made it about me, which
was hilarious. Everybody loved it.
Can I just point out the other bride
looking at me with such disdain and disgust? She's like, well, can I just get my lap dance already? Can I just get a motorboat?
Where are the nuts in my face?
And I'm like, no, check out my sweet moves. We had the best seats too. We were like right in the front. That's Zia there, and Crystal.
Listen, it's VIP with me, honey. You want to go to a sleazy strip club? You'll get VIP at least.
It was so much fun.
Who's filming this?
I don't know who leaked this. Is what I want to know.
Who leaked this?
Because this is ladies only.
Oh my God!
Is it me? Was it on my page? No, I'm kidding.
Nope.
Wow, almost exactly 2 years ago.
This was the best.
Look, I'm gonna get back into bachelorette party shape. We're gonna go back there. You know who loves these strip clubs are black ladies. They get very excited.
It was a night of all night.
My favorite part was like, I have to get a drinking veil and then like a regular veil. Oh, there's just a lot of pictures of me, I guess, on the Twitter. What are we looking for?
I'm scrolling through to see if there was other wedding stuff, but the chat's not seeing what I'm scrolling through.
I don't think there was. I think that was the only. We kept everything kind of under wraps just because we were just laughing so hard, and it was a great time.
Oh my God, it was so fun. Amy, you're the best. Where can people find you, follow you, and what's coming up?
I'm super active on X, formerly known as Twitter. You can find me WHATEVAH_AMY, whatever Amy. And Instagram is whatever_Amy. You can find me on YouTube, OnlyFans, and Loyal Fans. Say hi.
Subscribe to this woman. She's got something for everyone. Family friendly, not family friendly.
We got two more super
Two more super chats from Junior for 5. Chrissy, are you going to any parks to see if you can become an N-bomb millionaire? Yes. It's literally going to be my whole day tomorrow is hopping different parks with the bean looking for a black kid to shout the end.
I don't know if Isaac is talking about us or the people in the videos.
Isaac for 2 says, these clowns are my age. No thanks. I'm not. Yeah, maybe he's talking about the video because there's no way he could be referring to us. We're very young.
Well, he is a Vanderbilt, and they're all
Ooh, fancy boy. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. This was an absolute blast, Amy.
This
you're
was
the
so
best.
fun. Thank you so much for having me. Love you.
An absolute delight. Thank you to the chat for your comments and questions, and we will see everybody next time. Bye.
After the end video, we're gonna raid the umbrella guy. So
we're going
stick
to that
around.
umbrella guy. So just tell him that that we sent you.
Yes, tell them Chrissie Mayr is raining on his umbrella.
Yes, that we're raining on his parade. I don't know. Figure out something clever.
Bye.
Bye.
I hate goodbyes.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Evan.
Goodbye, my darling.
Goodbye, Rorschach.
Goodbye, Eric.
Goodbye, Willie.
Good boy. Goodbye.
Goodbye, yogurt.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye, David.
Goodbye, my friend.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Ranger.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, bro. Goodbye. Goodbye, Mr. Anderson.
Goodbye, Claire.
Goodbye, brother.
Goodbye, Colonel.
Goodbye, old friend.
Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye, Simba.
Goodbye, my friend.
Goodbye, Parzival.
Goodbye, my son.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, buddy.
Goodbye.